Ayesha Curry is a perfect example of why it is so important to have a whole phase. Go be a hoe. Be a hoe. But be a safe hoe though. Like protect yourself and don't get pregnant. That's why she's sitting over there feeling trapped. Trapped with Steph Curry. Sometimes you gotta go through some stuff to really appreciate what you have. She probably ain't never been hoed. She probably ain't never been drugged through the mud by a dude. She probably never been. She probably never had a heartbroken time and time and time again. That's why she can't really appreciate what she has because it's like I need something edgy. I need something fun. Like this mom stuff. This being married to Steph Curry this is boring. And now she's really rebelling. She wanna be in the streets. She wanna be desired by other men. She probably wanna do something with another man because she probably never experienced that. Like when did they get together? Like high school or something? That is not enough time to be out in the world.
The Bible teaches that a woman's supposed to be in her man's shadow. And that's the part that's very confusing to me. We have such a drumbeat in modern social media and other things that tell women that you shouldn't be in your man's shadow. At best, you should be standing right next to him. We're trying to conflate the roles and the authority that a man has, especially in biblical marriage, with what the same thing a woman should be doing. And yes, she may have gotten out of her husband's shadow for a hot second, for her Food Network show and making these ridiculous comments on these podcasts, but the man's going to be held accountable for everything the woman says. So I don't understand why we want to be so independent in relationships, why she has to be so independent, especially as a woman when she's supposed to be under her husband's covering. None of this is biblical, and the Bible warns about this kind of stuff and warns about this kind of a woman. My solution for this, and it may be a little bit controversial, is we have to focus on just making pizza. I've said this 1,000 times. Young men, whenever you're dealing with a woman who is not able to be on your program, she's talking about how she values a career more than having children and supporting you as her man or being married. Why are you even giving that conversation oxygen? Why are you dividing time with these kind of women? We need to move on from women who don't want to make pizza with us early and often. She wants to make, a sub. Okay, fair enough. You want to make subs? You make subs over there, but I'm going to make pizza over here. This is what God has called me to do. You want to make stromboli? That has, a little bit of marinara sauce and cheese. No, God has called me to make pizza. And whenever we as men are dealing with women who don't want to get on our program because we're being held accountable for everything that happens in that house and in that marriage anyway, why are you bringing in a liability? Why are you bringing in a Christian feminist who doesn't believe in the tenets that the Bible has and the roles that the Bible has for her? Your best bet is just to move on and find somebody else and stop entertaining women who have come out and openly told you that they believe contrary to what the Bible says and they want to live contrary. What am I missing, bro?
Honestly, I don't think you're missing anything.
Yeah.
No.
And we've all made these mistakes. We've all been with women that we ought not have been with. We've heard women say things that we know are outright red flags.
Oh yeah.
You hear a woman talk about, her stance on, pro-choice and pro-life, how, you got a friend who's having a difficult time with his marriage and maybe a stepfather, and how, a woman may say, hey, you don't have the right to discipline my children. There's so much to unpack in that alone. We as men need to do a better job of picking women who we know want to be on board with us. Let's listen to a little bit more of this and then we'll sunset. Unless you got something else for me, bro.
No. Roll the clip.
You will look up one day and want something of your own. Every time I hear a celebrity,
you're going to want something of your own. What happened to being one person? What happened to separating from your mother and father, uniting with your husband or your wife, and you becoming one person? What happened to everything being between the both of you? Where is this independence coming from in an institution that is defined biblically by being interdependent? It just boggles my mind. And this is the kind of advice that our women are getting and the kind of stuff our men are being discouraged by when dating women in the world and in church.
Talk about their mom who gave up her life to build them up or to build their dad up or to build the family up. It's always with sadness. You know, I wanted to give my mom a car because she's given up so much. It's always pity. I mean, they're thankful, but it's always, you know, feeling bad for them.
Also, I feel so bad for Ayesha.
So I don't know what to say, man. It's like, if you go on the internet and expect to get some halfway decent advice, you're going to lose your marriage. You're going to lose your relationship. And you may even lose your sobriety, you know, dealing with some of these women and this crazy stuff they talk about. Everybody like, share, and subscribe. Get this information out. Nothing against Steph and Ayesha, but hey, we got to have some standards for us as Christians. If you like this kind of message, make sure you get this stuff out and that you like and you comment. We will meet you in the comment section. Catch you guys later.